just listen to this thing. It's unbelievable. The overrun as well. Check out this. It's actually like thunder. Oh, long live the V12. This thing is unbelievable. Good morning. Welcome to the Hotel Babelos in Italy. Now, I'm going to take you for a tour inside here a little bit later on. We're a little bit short on time because today we're going to take the Aventador S and explore some very iconic locations around Lake Garda, which is just up the road. But take it from me, what is inside that hotel? I actually arrived here last night. I have stayed in hotels around the world. This year I'm on my 75th flight. So just to give you some context as to the amount of hotels I've stayed in, this hotel, I have never seen anything like it. You will not believe what's inside there. So after we've gone out in the Aventador and checked out this beautiful location, we're going to take you for a quick tour inside. It is unlike anything I have ever seen. So let's jump in the Aventador and make the most of this day before taking you in this wonderful hotel. So right now we've got an awesome case of Italian extremes. In front we have an original Fiat 500. Funnily enough, the only similarity between this car and that car, oh no, actually there's two similarities between this car and that car. Both are built in Italy and funnily enough, both are rear-engined. Yes, that car is a rear-engined car. By no means is it a supercar, but I love it. There is nothing more iconic Italian than seeing an original 500 cruising down the roads just outside of Lake Garda. It's so beautiful. And then on the opposite end of the spectrum, there's us in this big thing. Bye-bye 500. That's so cool. I have this inherent desire to own an original Fiat 500. There's something about them. I just think it would make the ultimate pub car back home in England. Awesome case of extremes being in two iconic on track when you can flat shift. It's pretty good. It's actually at slower speeds. The irony is, the slower you go, the more clunky this thing gets. I kind of liken it in a weird way to how a jet ski finds its plane on the water. It's not until it's going quickly and it's skimming the meniscus of the water that it becomes agile and responsive. The Aventador is kind of like that. The rear wheel steer helps it a lot. When you're going slowly, you can work your way through these narrow streets and tight switchbacks much easier than the previous generation Aventador. But when you're really on it, and the gearbox can have that snappy, like slamming it home shift, it's above, I think, 5,000 or 6,000 RPM is when it really engages a much faster shift. But until then, the way of driving this car smoothly is by having a very subtle lift of the accelerator, pulling on that upshift, and the gears kind of smooth themselves into the next cog. In a weird way, it's actually quite a rewarding experience interacting with the car in that way and making it all gel. I have always wanted to do this in a Lamborghini, so one of the stories goes that Lamborghini had scissor doors because they were so difficult to park. And there's iconic pictures of Balboni and even Ferruccio Lamborghini itself parking his cars out of his scissor doors like an absolute boss. Because the visibility is so good. These things just look so awesome, don't they? What's really nice is when you're driving through these streets, you can see everyone looking around, but there's this sort of element of pride about it. You can see that this is a slice of Italian national pride. And driving through the streets, like sometimes in England, Lamborghinis, people kind of don't like them, particularly in London where they're loud and obnoxious and everyone gets really annoyed. But driving around here, everyone's almost clapping you through the streets. It's such a nice feeling. Look at it. It's very, very special. Anyway, let's go and explore this wonderful town. Okay, so I'm sure you've seen that there's a pretty big project. So while I am filming this and sharing it with you, this is actually somewhat of a break for me right now. I mean, I still get to share cars with you guys, but ultimately I'm using this as the opportunity to go and hunt down some amazing ice cream in Italy. For those of you who don't know, it's a bit of a personal look into my life. Ice cream is somewhat of a passion of mine, but the next few days for me are a bit of a time to enjoy a tranquil relaxation period, still with a nice car, but it's the calm before the storm. When this project goes, I've got a feeling I'm not going to be able to sleep for many months. I'm super excited but super nervous. But yeah, what's coming next is huge. So welcome to the Babalos Art Hotel, just outside of Verona, literally central Verona. From here, 20 minutes maximum, depending on traffic. But more about this hotel. So it is an art hotel, and the concept of it is that either the hotel buys eclectic works of art and puts them on display throughout the hotel, or famous artists donate very special pieces and have them on show as installations throughout the hotel also. The result of which, that it is, I don't know, I've never stayed anywhere like it. Like, half of me thinks it's kind of like really weird and crazy, and I mean, look at that, that's like something from Jurassic Park, with some Romeo and Juliet spliced in at the background. Lush foliage, intricate architecture. Let's go back inside this hotel and check out some more stuff. There is a sculpture downstairs in the restaurant, 4 million euros. Let's go check it out. I mean, I've been talking about that Lamborghini being an attack on the senses, but look at this. And it's super, super detailed. Look. Wow. Everywhere you look. I mean, you could spend an hour in here just looking at the artifacts, and it's mosaics a go-go. Look at this little casual stool there. But there are some quite freaky installations that I can't quite put my finger on. Look, there's this weird little mishmash of characters here, but there's a little pocket projector projecting other faces and things onto it. It's all quite abstract and weird. But then I've got to show you this. This is the corridor to ultimately where my room is. Crazy sofa. Look at this. I love this as well. This cello that sort of seamlessly comes out of the wall. It's like a very fluid mold. Comes out of this whitewashed Venetian plaster wall. Strange object. I mean, look at that. That's like some crazy roulette vintage jukebox inspired installation. That's very cool. The infinite mirror there. This is freaky. Walking through here last night, that didn't do my sleep all too good, but you know, funky nonetheless. And again, crazy next level detail everywhere. Really could. You could spend hours in here. Now this is cool. I might not strike you as the vintage film buff, but believe it or not, this is one of my a scene from one of my favourite films, To Catch a Thief. That on the left there is Princess Grace of Monaco, and to her right is Cary Grant. And if you haven't seen To Catch a Thief, I highly recommend it. It is a 50s film. I think it's 1955. From the outset, might not look like your bag, and might not even look like my bag, but there is a timeless authenticity about this film that you kind of don't get in films these days. Might sound a bit soft, but check it out. It's really cool. And check this out. When I walked down here last night, imagine this place. Look at it. This is the full spectrum of the rainbow that walks down to your room. And it goes on and on and on like a multicoloured
rabbit warren. And behold this incredible sculpture. There's only 3 of these in the world. It is cast from solid bronze. God knows how much that thing weighs. But I know how much it costs. It's around about 4 million euros. And what you might not expect is the whole thing rotates, just like the globe. Look how wonderful it is. It's captivating. You can just look in the intricacies of this for hours. And it's this sort of exploded Earth with a solid core inside it, right there. This piece is actually entitled Sphere Within Sphere. It's by a sculptor, Italian sculptor called Arnaldo Pomodoro. And if you go to Rome, there is actually the same sphere scaled up 5 times the size. I mean, it's way above your head. It's absolutely colossal. And that's also one of the 3 pieces. It just so happens that there's one here, and to be able to sit and have your breakfast next to a sculpture like this is truly, truly special. Interestingly, and it's easy to walk past, there's these chandeliers dotted throughout the whole hotel. Now, because the whole hotel is emblazoned with crazy artwork such as this, it's easy to sort of breeze past these and accept them as just another installation, but these are actually made from a very special glass called Murano glass. Now, Murano is incredibly skillfully blown glass that is originated from Venice. This might not seem a big deal, but something like that would be around about £6,000 to £10,000. The one upstairs, which is, I don't know, 5 times as big as that, you do the maths. And typically everything is custom blown for every piece. So not one piece is alike. This hotel, I don't know, it's probably got over 20 pieces. It's amazing. Really, really, truly an amazing place. You can walk around here for hours seeing something new. Check this out, I just found one more stairwell with some crazy glowing robot structure. Mad place, I love it. You have to come here. Actually, I'm gonna link the details to this hotel below. This is not a paid campaign. I'm not advertising this hotel. I just love sharing crazy places with you. It's clearly being one of them. Okay, and that is it for my time at the Hotel Byblos Art Hotel. Now tomorrow, we're taking the Aventador S and driving it to the city with no roads. Tune in for that one. Ciao.